And good morning, guys. This is Silver 150 with your morning update for Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. I was thinking about it last night, and I've been doing this now for about 6 months. I started in late November, I believe it was, and started doing this channel. And I can't believe how quickly 6 months has gone by. It's been crazy. And then things didn't really get exciting until, the end of January when the COVID-19 virus came in. But I mean, I'm going to tell you, it's just you never know how crazy things are going to get. I had a copper comment last night on one of the copper videos, and it was somebody that obviously was a bit of a hater. Had said, copper, that's ridiculous. Who buys that? LOL, LOL, with the laughing faces and stuff. And but what have we seen in the last 3 or 4 months? We've seen oil go below zero to negative 40 per barrel, -$40 per barrel. We've seen silver get smashed down into the 11s at a time when there's inflation and everything else, and gold has continued on its way up to 1700. Gold to silver ratio, we've seen a gold to silver ratio of 123 to 1. And it's just, crazier and crazier as days go on. If you had told people 6 months ago that there was going to be a virus out there that nobody could figure out and was going to take people out by the tens of thousands by now, you would have got laughed out of town. And so these are all these crazy things that are happening right now. So when I hear these things, I hear the naysayers saying that metals aren't going to go anywhere. Copper's a mistake. Silver's, dead in the water. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be revaluation. The government's going to fix everything. I just think back to those few things that have happened in the last few months. Me starting a channel, that's a miracle because I was never, outward, or never, willing to kind of put myself out there, but I've done that. So I'm here and let's talk about the markets. So the markets today, it looks like there's going to be a lot of blue chip stocks that are going to be doing earnings today. We're putting those out: Amazon, Alphabet, the usual suspects. Probably a couple of banks and some oil companies. I can't wait to see what the oil companies say about their earnings. I'm sure there's going to be doctoring of the numbers across the board. It's just been a whole series of that type of behavior over the last few years, actually. The Fed's always doctoring the job numbers, and the government's always doctoring unemployment numbers, and the durable goods index, and, all these different indicators as to how the economy is doing. And the economy has been sick and broken for a very long time. It's even, 3 or 4 times as bad now as it was, say, last year, given all the things that are going on. But they're going to continue to doctor the numbers, and the Federal Reserve and the Treasury are going to continue to pump a ton of money into these markets to keep things going. Now, of course, you see equities are up about 1.5% across the board in pre-trading right now. And, of course, gold and silver are barely catching a bid and are barely, over into the green today. But understand that whatever effort they're putting into equities, meaning the Dow, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, and the Russell 2K, is the same amount of downward pressure or the amount of effort they're trying to put on metals to keep them from going up. Metals cannot be allowed to look like, a safe haven or an avenue of escape once this thing really starts to roll over. And when will that be? We don't know for sure. I mean, it's to the point now where even, mainstream media types are asking, are we printing too much money? Which is, it's not true. We're not printing money. We're printing debt. But yes, are we printing too much debt? Are we increasing our debt to a point that it's never going to be paid back? And that's been the case for a long time. Meaning the powers that be, the governments, the banks, never had any intention of paying any of this debt back. You figure everybody owes everybody around the globe. Who's going to pay who? No, the idea was to go ahead and blow all the currencies wide open, just create all this phony wealth, and then once they're done with these currencies, to just go ahead and dump them and create like some one world crypto or something like that. In any case, the only vehicle that's going to get you from there to the new system is going to be gold and silver, and not lose any value. There might be real estate and other vehicles you can use, fine art, precious gems, but gold and silver will be the best at getting you from one side to the other. All right, so oil is around $12 right now. It's come up a little bit. It got down into the tens, but oil is going to be in trouble for a long time, and it's going to make things really hard in a lot of these countries out there. China, Russia, Venezuela especially, whose income and their livelihood depends on the price of oil. And so they're going to be suffering, and they're going to be getting grumpier and grumpier, and they're going to be getting more radical in their stance against the United States, and we'll have to deal with that when we come to it. Economists are asking right now. It's like, oh, are we in deflation? Yes, look at oil. We're in it. So are we in deflation or are we headed for hyperinflation? Well, it's like Mike Maloney says, you're going to be in deflation for a time until the central banks realize that what they're doing is not enough, and then they're going to hyperinflate. What does hyperinflation look like? Hyperinflation looks like helicopter money. Some of us have already got the $1,200 stipend out there, the tax relief or whatever you call it here in the United States. They're talking about upgrading it to a new amount, $2,000, lump sum, and then $1,000 a month for the next 6 months. But these are just stopgap measures designed to make it look like they're being responsible. But the fact is, they want to open the spigots wide right now. They want to send everybody $5,000 a month until the currency dies or blows wide open. But they can't say that because that'll create panic in people. But as I get money in from the Fed, since I've paid a bunch of taxes, I'm going to go ahead and spend it. All right. So, there's some effort, to keep the stock market going. They're just spending a lot of money doing that, and you're supposed to pretend that it's just a normal market action. That's not true. That's not happening at all. We know, silver stackers, we know that is a propped up system, and that it's only a matter of time before it starts turning around and coming down. In the meantime, we're going to continue to stack. Now, I've been stacking pretty hard for a long time. This tombstone bar, this 5-ounce tombstone nugget, let's go ahead and flip that over. It's so beautiful. It's 5 true ounces, and it's got the Scottsdale seal on it. You guys have seen many variants of this before. I've got 10 ounce. I've got kilos. The kilos are really impressive in your hand, and they look like something that, came out of the 1800s. But in any case, excuse me, right now, if you want to take advantage of, say, good spot prices, I saw that JM Bullion probably has the best price over spot for anything right now, where I think you can get a 10-ounce Silvertown bar for about $185. So you might want to try looking into that if you're going to be stacking some more stuff today. Not much else going on. We'll see, what they're going to try to doctor for these numbers for the earnings, what they're going to say about the Fed's, message to us on Wednesday and Thursday, and how the week's going to finish out. I have to believe that at some point, silver's going to turn around, meaning that it's just going to have so much, underlying pressure that it's going to overwhelm any of these efforts to keep it suppressed. No matter how many paper contracts they decide to continue drawing up and trying to sell into the market as, people not wanting silver. It's gonna kind of blow up in their faces at some point. Just keep looking at the debt clock, watch the price per ounce of silver in terms of dollars, and watch those paper to silver ratios to see if it continues to drop. Because if it continues to drop, that means more contracts in the COMEX that usually are sold to keep the price of silver down are now being extinguished because people want delivery of the metal. And that's what we want. We want people to stop paying attention to the paper assets, the underlying paper asset, and pay attention to the underlying physical asset and try to get that in their possession. This is how we're going to break this manipulation in the silver market. All right, so I will see you guys this afternoon with a little something. Haven't really thought about much what we're going to talk about, but I think we're going to let today's events dictate that. And I'll see if I can pull something cool out of the vault for us to gawk over and chat about and maybe comment about that too. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, comment, and I will catch you later. Silver 5150 out.